Hello learners, welcome to the live video program of NIOS. I, Shivali Chawla, Assistant Director, Vocational Education Department, welcome you all in this live video program on the topic of project planning and feasibility analysis. Today we have our expert Ms. Anju Mathur, who is PGT Economics in a government school, Delhi. Welcome ma'am. Today we will explain you about the project and its planning and management related aspects. So starting with the definition of a project. Project is an idea or a plan which is intended to be carried out or a finite task to be completed. In a Gillinger's word, project is a whole complex of activities involved in using the resources to gain benefits. World Bank defines a project as an approval for a capital investment develops facilities to provide goods and services. Every project has a life cycle. The project is initiated to achieve a mission and is said to be completed when the mission is achieved. The project lives between these two cutoff periods and the intermediate time is called as the project life cycle. Project life cycle normally has three stages. One is pre-investment phase, another is construction phase, and the third is normalization phase. Pre-investment phase is concerned with formulation of objectives, demand forecasting, evaluation of input characteristics, selection of strategy, projections of financial profile, cost benefit analysis, and finally pre-investment analysis. Some expenditure has to be incurred in the form of conducting the surveys, feasibility studies, etc. The second stage, construction phase, consumes the maximum expenditure. It consists of developing the infrastructure for the project, the capital requirement, which includes the cost on land, building, civil works, machinery equipment, ancillaries, etc. The third phase is the normalization phase. The primary objective of this stage is to produce the goods and services for which the project was established. The expenditure has to be incurred on raw material, fuel, utilities, administration and operation maintenance, etc. Since we have defined on the meaning of the project and got to know about the project life cycle, the stages involved in it, the next is the project management. Project management is the process of planning, organizing, monitoring, controlling all aspects of a project and motivating all involved to achieve the project objectives of safety and completion within a defined time, cost and performance. Harrison has defined as a project management as the achievement of a project's objective through people and involves the organizing, planning and control of the resources assigned to the project together with the development of constructive human relations with all those involved, both in the company and with the other companies involved. Then comes the phases of project management. Normally every project goes through 5 phases. One is project 6 phases in fact. The initial one is the project identification, which refers to the identification of the business or the investment opportunities. It involves the scanning of the environment to find out investment opportunities. Second is the project formulation. It is the translation of the idea into concrete project with scrutiny of its important preliminary aspects. Then comes the project appraisal. Project appraisal involves searching, scrutiny, analysis and evaluation of the market, technical, financial and economic variables. It examines the viability of the project. Then comes the project selection. It is a process of choosing a project rationally in the light of objectives and inherent constraints on the basis of the appraisal. Then comes the project implementation. It is a stage of birth of an enterprise. At the end of this stage, the idea becomes a reality. Then comes the project follow-up and evaluation. It is a process of assessing the performance of the project and after it has started its functioning, and then project evaluation means assessing the progress of the project. Objectives of project management is to attain the goal for which this project has been undertaken. Other objectives could be to achieve the maximum productivity at the minimum cost, or to maximize the income and return, and to minimize the risk and uncertainty, to eliminate waste and improve the efficiency, to make the most efficient and effective use of the resources, manpower, money, material, technology, etc. Every project has to be managed step by step using the various tools and techniques and methods which we will discuss in our program. But to manage all these activities through those methods, through those techniques, we need to have a project manager who has a defined role and responsibility. So, the role and responsibility of a project manager is to manage the personnel involved in it, satisfy the government, customer, promoters and the public, coordinating and integrating the activities across multiple functional lines, defining and maintaining the integrity of the project, setting targets and development of systems and procedures for accomplishment of project activities or objectives, developing the project execution plan, coping with the risk associated with project management, managing human interrelationships, maintaining the balance between technical and managerial project functions. Then comes the need for project management. Due to the complexity involved in the project and the various issues which might arise in achieving the overall objective, project management is required. If there is any fault in the planning, money, implementation of the projects, the resources put in the projects would be a waste. Second is the achievement of objectives. Unless projects are managed well, the objective for which the projects are undertaken cannot be achieved. Third is the environmental changes. A project should be well equipped to meet the environmental changes, be it the challenges, be it the risk involved or any threats. The success of the project depends upon how the project is able to cope with the changing environment. Next is the competition. To phase out the competition, the provision of a good or a service is not sufficient. It must provide a package which meets at an entire need rather than just a part of the need. Then there are certain constraints. Constraints relate to the time, material, demand, labor, etc. So therefore, project management is required, and the success of a project depends on how well it is possible to manage the so-called constraints. Then comes the risk and uncertainty. At every stage of the project life cycle, there are challenges and problems. As the project moves, the new challenges and the problems may arise, and the risk and the uncertainties cannot be eliminated but can be minimized through proper management of the project. Next is the time overrun and cost overrun. If a project takes more than time than the scheduled time, it is known as a time overrun. If a project incurs more cost than the budgeted amount, it is called cost overrun. Then comes the project control and evaluation. It is done either at the end of the project or few years after the completion of the project. This enables to learn the lessons from the projects. So this was about the need of the project management. Now let's discuss on the project formulation related issues with our expert Ms. Anju Mathur. Ma'am, why project formulation is required? I mean, can you please define the project formulation first, and then discuss the major problems every project formulation process phases.
Yeah. Project formulation is the process of examining technical, economical and financial and commercial aspects of a project. It is the process and steps through which an opportunity become a project in which the entrepreneur is willing to invest his money and other resources. The study is undertaken to find out whether the proposed project would be feasible or not. The main major problems which a entrepreneur can faces are mainly knowledge about government regulations. The entrepreneur must have a thorough knowledge about government regulations, policies, licensing procedures, etc. Absence of external economies, a project has to depend upon other industries for the supply of raw materials, power, spares, parts, etc. Non-availability of technical qualified personnel and resources mobilization also they should know. Selection of appropriate technology, modern technology developed in the advanced countries may not be suitable for adopting in the developing countries. So, these are the main problems which can entrepreneur faces in his project. Some elements of project formulations also we should take care. Project formulation involves a number of elements, mainly feasible analysis, economic analysis, project design and network analysis, in which input analysis, financial analysis, social cost benefit analysis, pre-investment appraisals. So, what is the feasibility analysis? Feasibility analysis, it involves an examination of the project idea in the light of internal and external constant. Internal constraint arise because of the limitations of the project sponsoring body. The external constraints arise due to the characteristics of the environment. If on feasibility analysis the project is found feasible, the same is put to further analysis. Further analysis is technical economic analysis. It is mainly concerned with the identification of the project demand, potential and selection of the optimal technology suitable for achieving the project objectives, which is estimations of demand or market potential. The entrepreneur has to estimate the expected share of the sale in the market, intensify of competition, mobility of product to other places. The data collected from various sources are: first, they are compiled, tested and tabulated in a form suitable for interpretations. Then selection of technology, it refers to that combination of controlled variables which will ensure the achievement of the project objectives with minimum expenditure of resources. Next step is project design and network analysis. A project comprises certain sequential activities which are interrelated. These activities can be shown in the form of a diagram which is called network diagram. Project design is concerned with the development of a detailed work plan of the project and its time estimate. when a network is designed, its analysis is carried out to identify the optimal use and optimal course of action so as to complete the project with the minimum of time and cost, subject to the availability of resources. Important network analysis techniques are program evaluation review technique and critical path methods. Next, input analysis. Input analysis is primarily concerned with the identification, qualification and evaluation of projects input. The objective of input analysis is to identify nature of resources needed to estimate the quality of the requirement resources and to ensure that there is continuous and adequate supply of inputs. Input analysis is the basis for financial analysis and cost benefit analysis. Now, financial analysis. It involves estimate about the project cost and revenues and the funds required to the project. It seeks to find out whether the project will generate income or realize the ultimate objective for which it is undertaken. Then social cost benefit analysis. Under cost benefit analysis, the investment projects are evaluated from the point of view of the society as a whole. The cost benefit analysis aim at analyzing the total contribution of an investment project towards welfare of the country as a whole. It implies the enumeration and evaluation of all the relevant costs and benefits. It can be applied to both private and public investment. Pre-investment appraisals. The proposal get the final and formal shape. The purpose of pre-investment appraisal is to enable the concerned authorities to take an investment decision about the project, means either accept or reject. Next is technical analysis. Technical analysis of a project is essential to ensure the necessary physical facilities required for production will be available and the best possible alternative is selected to procure them. The object of technical analysis is to assess the technical soundness of the project. This is considered essential for the long-term success of the project. Main financial analysis of a project, which terms related to
it might, ma'am, when we count on the technical analysis, we can include the size of the plant in it, whether the efficiency, which actually the efficiency and profitability of a project is very much influenced by its size. The size of a plant where the manufacturing processes takes place, and availability of raw material, whether it is adequate and on the timely basis or not, and capital investment needed, and the size of the market. So, size of the plant is an important step in the decision making while deciding on the project which is to be undertaken. So, size of the plant mainly could depend upon the availability of raw material and power, and the technology and the process to be adopted, and the size of the market, size of the plant and machinery, and the location of the project and the product mix, and the capital investment required. So can you please highlight on the product mix, like
material inputs, etc.
product mix, can we say that ki it is a range is decided in it according to the market requirement. It refers to all the sets of the products offered by a firm for sale, and the range of the products to be marketed is dependent on main factors like nature of the business, nature of the product, and the category in which it can be classified into, competition, the target of consumers, and the size of the target market, and the plant capacity. So, before we proceed further, here we would like to take a break of 5 minutes approx. Please be with us.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो, मित्रों हम उठे और जागे, मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर, शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने,
Welcome back, listeners. Today we have in our studio Honorable Director Vocational, Mr. Ashminder Singh Behel ji. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir will introduce about the vocational programs which NIOS is presently offering to its learners.
A very good afternoon, learners. नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ ओपन स्कूलिंग विश्व का सबसे बड़ा ओपन स्कूलिंग सिस्टम है। हमने अब तक 4.5 मिलियन यानी कि 45 लाख लर्नर्स को किसी ना किसी तरीके से ट्रेन किया, चाहे वो एकेडमिक्स के लिए है या वो वोकेशनल के लिए है। वोकेशनल में हम कई तरह के कोर्सेज करते हैं और उसमें 6 मेन फील्ड्स हैं, जैसे एग्रीकल्चर एंड एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, बिजनेस एंड कॉमर्स, कंप्यूटर इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, हेल्थ एंड पैरामेडिकल साइंसेज, होम साइंस एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी, इंजीनियरिंग एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड मिसलेनियस, जैसे कि अगर आप कहें सिक्योरिटी सर्विसेज के हो गए, फायर प्रिवेंशन एंड इंडस्ट्रियल सेफ्टी हो गई, टीचर ट्रेनिंग होगी। आपको तो पता ही होगा कि हमने 1.3 मिलियन टीचर्स को एक साथ पूरे हिंदुस्तान में ट्रेन किया। ये विश्व का सबसे बड़ा टीचर ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम था। तो जब अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं एक प्रोजेक्ट की, क्या हम इस प्रोग्राम को कर पाते? विश्व का सबसे बड़ा टीचर ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम क्या हम कर पाते अगर उसे प्रोजेक्ट मोड में नहीं लेते? उससे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल या बढ़िया एग्जाम्पल कोई नहीं हो सकता एक प्रोजेक्ट का। पूरे हिंदुस्तान में अलग अलग स्कूलों के अंदर एलिमेंट्री इन सर्विस एलिमेंट्री टीचर्स हैं, लेकिन वो ट्रेन नहीं थे। हमें हर स्कूल तक पहुंचना था, उनको एक जगह इकट्ठा करना था और उनकी ट्रेनिंग साथ साथ एक जैसी यूनिफॉर्म स्टैंडर्डाइज करनी थी। तो वो उसको हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट की तरह लिया और प्रोजेक्ट की तरह लेकर हमने उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऐसे किया स्टेट वाइज कि हम ग्रास रूट लेवल तक पहुंच सकें। हर एक्टिविटी को लिंक किया और उनको ऐसे ट्रेन किया कि हम उन दिनों में उनको ट्रेन करें जब वो हॉलीडेज़ हों, वो आ सकते हैं, अपने काम से भी दूर ना रहें। और उनको ट्रेन करने के बाद हमने उनका एग्जामिनेशन किया। एक बहुत ही सिस्टमैटिक तरीके से हमने इसको एक प्रोजेक्ट की तरह हैंडल किया। मैं आपका ज़्यादा समय इसमें नहीं लूँगा क्योंकि आज का जो टॉपिक है वो प्रोजेक्ट रिलेटेड है।
हम बात कर रहे थे टेक्निकल एनालिसिस जो हम प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में कैरी आउट करते हैं। टेक्निकल एनालिसिस में नॉर्मली वी डिस्कस दैट कि साइज ऑफ द प्लांट एंड प्रोडक्ट मिक्स बोथ आर इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड द नेक्स्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर इज द फैक्ट्री डिज़ाइन. Factory design refers to the plan for a particular type of a building, arrangement of machinery or equipment, or the provision of the service facilities thereon, like lighting, heating, etc. And factory design comprises of the layout of the building and layout of the factory. An important elements for a good factory design is the storage and movement of material, efficient service facilities, effective supervision, employee morale and productivity. Apart from the factory design, technical analysis includes machineries and equipments. Requirement of machinery and equipment is dependent on the production technology and the plant capacity. It is also influenced by the type of project. To determine the kind of machinery and equipments required for manufacturing industry, steps or a procedure is followed. Like first estimate the likely levels of production over a period of time, and then define the various machinery and the other operations involved in the production of that particular product, and then calculate the machine hours required for each type of operation, and then select the machineries and equipments required for each function. Requirements for the project, equipments in fact required for a particular project could be the plant equipments, the machine equipments, the electrical equipments, instruments or the tools required to complete the product development process.
शिवाली जी, एक चीज़ आप बताइए हमें कि अगर ये जितनी भी टेक्निकल बातें आपने कही कि एक फैक्ट्री है, उसका लेआउट है, उसमें मशीनरी है, प्लांट इक्विपमेंट है और एक तरीके से उसको रखा गया है, तो इसमें सबसे बड़ी अहम चीज़ क्या है? प्रोडक्ट. अगर वो प्रोडक्ट होता क्या है? क्या होता है प्रोडक्ट? प्रोडक्ट वो चीज़ है जो हम बनाना चाहते हैं, जिसे हम बनाकर या तो बेचेंगे या उसके लिए उसको देंगे किसी यूज़ के लिए. तो वो प्रोडक्ट कुछ भी हो सकता है। एक फुटबॉल भी हो सकती है जो आप खेल में इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, एक क्रिकेट का बैट भी हो सकता है। उसी तरीके से अगर हम देखें तो एक प्रोडक्ट जो है वो बहुत अहम रोल प्ले करता है फैक्ट्री की लेआउट के लिए, क्योंकि उससे पता चलता है कि क्या रॉ मटेरियल यूज करेंगे, जब रॉ मटेरियल यूज करेंगे तो उसको स्टोर कैसे करेंगे, और जो प्रोसेस हम यूज करेंगे। प्रोसेस क्या होता है? प्रोसेस होता है जो इनपुट को आउटपुट से लिंक करता है, यानी कि जो बी और लिंक करने के बाद वो प्रोडक्ट को बनाता है। प्रोडक्ट अपने आप तो बनता नहीं, उसको बनाने के लिए हमें रॉ मटेरियल का इस्तेमाल करना पड़ता है, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी का करना पड़ता है, और उसके बाद वो प्रोडक्ट बनता है जिसे हम मार्केटिंग करते हैं और सेल करते हैं। तो ये जो प्लांट का लेआउट है या जो ये टेक्निकल एनालिसिस है, ये सारी की सारी केंद्रित होती है एक प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर जो आप बनाना चाहते हैं।
जी सर, बिल्कुल। Equally important is the sir material inputs. It is essential to assess the availability of the materials, the inputs and the utilities which are required to prepare a product. Utilities might include the power and the water and the steam or the fuel or the communication facilities or the transport facilities which are required to complete the manufacturing process and ultimately produce a product or yield a service to the society. So, feasibility study on the material which is required should be done, and it should be looked out that whether the raw material is available in the appropriate quantity with the appropriate quality levels which are required, or the price elasticity of the raw material, that should also be looked at. Ultimately, we have to do the product pricing also before offering it to the customer, and perishable time of the raw material, and then the factors on which the availability of raw material is dependent. Apart from these material inputs, technical analysis includes the manufacturing process or the technology. Technology simply refers to the tools or the devices and the knowledge that help in transformation of the inputs into outputs, and the application of the knowledge encompassing the related concepts of the science, innovation, invention and discovery. It is the application of the scientific knowledge which is put to the practical commercial purpose. The technical know-how can be acquired through the foreign collaboration, through the consultancy organizations, through the machinery suppliers, promoters' knowledge and experience, and the recruitment of the suitable technical personnel, and the CSIR labs or the NRDC, which is National Research and Development Corporation.
शिवाली जी, जब आप बोलते हैं ये तकनीक या टेक्नोलॉजी, तो ये तकनीक और टेक्नोलॉजी रिलेट करती है। जैसे आपको अगर मोटरसाइकिल बनानी है या एक कार बनानी है, तो उसमें अब हम कहते हैं कि BS6 जो भी अब कारें बनेंगी 2020 या 22 से, वो BS6 एमिशन नॉर्म्स को फॉलो करेंगी। अगर ये है BS6 को फॉलो करेंगी, तो जो उसमें जो तकनीक यूज होती है, क्या वो तकनीक आज हमारी फैक्ट्री या प्लांट में है कि नहीं है। तो अगर हमें जो भी प्रोडक्ट बनाना है, प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिकेशन और जो गवर्नमेंट रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस हैं उसके रिगार्डिंग, उसको फॉलो करने के लिए जो टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करनी चाहिए, वो टेक्नोलॉजी या तो डेवलप की जाती है इन हाउस या उसे अक्वायर किया जाता है एक्स्ट्रा एक फॉरेन वेंडर से।
जी सर, बिल्कुल। So entrepreneur may use either the indigenous technology or the imported technology. When he or she is not satisfied with the indigenous technology, they can make use of the imported technology. And this process of availing the global technology is called as the technology transfer. Then comes the plant capacity, which refers to the volume or the number of units that can be manufactured during a given period. Plant capacity is also called as the production capacity. The various factors which are taken into consideration in plant capacity are technological requirement, input constraints, investment cost, market consideration, resources of the firm and the government policy. Once we have decided the plant capacity and the size of the plant location is another important consideration. If it is available near to the raw material sources, it can be of a good use. Or if it is available, it can be established in fact in a city, then the cost of operations can also be minimized, and transportation costs can be reduced, and the labor can be easily available. So these are the benefits of the appropriate plant location.
शिवाली जी, आपने बिल्कुल सही बोला कि अगर हमको रॉ मटेरियल के पास हमारा प्लांट है तो ना केवल ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट कम हो जाती है, लेकिन इजी एक्सेसिबिलिटी होती है रॉ मटेरियल के साथ, क्योंकि जितना हमको रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए, अगर क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा चाहिए, कम चाहिए, हम बहुत इजीली उसको ऑर्डर कर सकते हैं। और साथ साथ में टाइमिंग, जो टाइम उसको लगता है ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का, वो ख़त्म हो जाता है। इसलिए बहुत ज़रूरी होता है कि जहाँ पे रॉ मटेरियल है, आजकल पूरी दुनिया में जो इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस भी चल रहा है, लोग चाहते हैं कि उनकी फैक्ट्रीज, इंडस्ट्रीज और प्लांट्स एज क्लोज टू रॉ मटेरियल के पास बनाई जाए।
So after the technical analysis, next comes the network analysis. Anju ma'am, can you please deliberate on this topic? What is the network analysis?
Mainly, these network analysis have their origin in the late 50s in USA. These techniques were developed to facilitate planning, scheduling, and monitoring the project of an integrated manner so that these could be completed within the constraint of desired time, cost, and performance. तो व्हाट इज़ द नेटवर्क एनालिसिस? मेन बात ये आती है कि क्या होती है नेटवर्क एनालिसिस। तो इट इज़ ए कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़ एंड इवेंट्स ऑफ ए प्रोजेक्ट. Network analysis is a system which plans a project by analyzing the project activities. Network analysis is one of the most popular technique used by planning, scheduling, monitoring, and coordinating large and complex projects comprising a number of activities. It is concerned with evaluation of time and resources, profile of project activities. Main objective of the network analysis are, it is a powerful tools for planning, scheduling and controlling of projects.
अंजू जी, मैं आपको यहाँ रोकना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि हमारे जो दर्शक हैं वो देख रहे हैं, उनको थोड़ा इस पे हम थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके एक चीज़ बताना चाहेंगे कि नेटवर्क होता है। नेटवर्क का मतलब है जैसे हम एक दूसरे के साथ लिंक हो रहे हैं। बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ और इवेंट्स जो जाती हैं प्रोसेस के अंदर, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस में, उनको लिंक करें। और ये इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड एक्टिविटीज़ होती है कि इनकी लिंकिंग ना केवल ये है कि एक्टिविटी कब और कहाँ करनी चाहिए, बट किस टाइम पे होनी चाहिए, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। जैसे आप अगर कोई मोटर कार बना रहे हैं तो उसमें इंजन की भी ज़रूरत है। इंजन के अंदर अलग अलग पार्ट्स हैं, कार्बोरेटर है, अलग पिस्टन्स हैं, और साथ ही में कंप्रेसर चेम्बर है, और उसी तरीके से उनके व्हील्स भी हैं, वहीं पे उसके डोर्स भी हैं कार के अंदर, अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं, पिस्टन्स हैं, और जो शॉक एब्जॉर्बर्स हैं, ये सब अलग अलग जगह भी बन सकते हैं, एक जगह भी बन सकते हैं, इंटीग्रेटेड भी हो सकते हैं। लेकिन इनको जब कंबाइन करके एक कार बनाया जाता है तो उसमें बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ लिंक होती हैं, और इनका लिंकिंग समय के साथ लिंक होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि जब समय के साथ लिंक करती हैं तो प्रोडक्ट जो एक इंडिविजुअली, जैसे टायर है या व्हील्स है या पिस्टन है, वो वेट नहीं करता, वो उस समय पहुंचता है जब कार की असेंबली हो रही हो, ताकि मिनिमम स्टोरेज कॉस्ट आए, मिनिमम प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट आए, और मैक्सिमम प्रोडक्शन कैन टेक प्लेस एट दैट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। सोचिए कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा, लेकिन इसकी जब प्लानिंग करते हैं उसको नेटवर्क एनालिसिस बोलते हैं।
Yeah. So that is main objective of network analysis is, it is a powerful tool for planning, scheduling and controlling of projects. It helps to minimize the cost. It shows in simple ways the interrelationship of various activities constituting a project. It also helps a delegation of the power and authority. It facilitates management by exceptions. Most important, it avoids production delays. It leads to optimal use of resources, and it also helps to minimize time for a given cost. it helps the entrepreneur to complete the project in time. The main objective of network analysis are coordinations and cost minimize, total cost जितनी minimize हो सकती है, और साथ ही जो project है वो हमारा as a time पे complete हो जाए.
So the steps in network analysis could be the preparation of the network and estimation of the time to perform each activity and computation of the critical path schedule and interpretation of the results.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So I mean, here I would like to add, ma'am, that network techniques are used in network analysis, which could be the critical path method (CPM), PERT, program evaluation and review technique. Graphic evaluation and review technique is GERT, and then we have RAMS, resource allocation and multi-project scheduling, resource planning and scheduling method RPSM, and then manpower allocation procedure as the MAP, and line of balance as the LOB. But since these are discussed in detail in the subject of production and operations management, for the purpose of entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur should look at only majorly two techniques. One is the PERT and the other one is the CPM. So, starting with the PERT first, program evaluation and review technique, it is a network technique of scheduling and controlling the project where activity times cannot be precisely estimated. Its primary purpose is to facilitate the planning and controlling of the project in order to achieve the lower cost, reduce the project time, and more effective coordination and utilization of human and physical resources. So, PERT deals with the problems of uncertain activity time schedule.
मतलब शिवाली जी, इसमें इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ शायद आप बोल रहे हैं कि अगर हमें श्योरिटी नहीं है कि एक्टिविटी कब ख़त्म होगी, तभी उसे हम इवैल्यूएट करेंगे, और जब देखेंगे कि एक एक्टिविटी ख़त्म होगी और दूसरी एक्टिविटी शुरू होनी है, उसी टाइम पे उनको लिंक करेंगे. तो शायद आप यही एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. क्या इसका कोई एग्जांपल आप दे सकते हैं?
जी सर, जैसे होता ये है कि अगर हमारे पास कोई ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट है जो हमें लगता है कि हम इनिशियली सोच रहे हैं कि 15 डेज़ 30 डेज़ का टाइम है, लेकिन there is a viewpoint of the other group members, no, it will take 6 months, it might take 5 months, then it's better to list down those activities which could be there in that project. They could have sub activities also. Each activity should be defined that it has to be done on this basis, on this date, with this tool, by this person. PERT schedule is prepared, sir. We can make use of the MS Project application software in the MS Office, which or even additional application software is also available for this planning of the PERT or the network analysis, whereby we define each and every activity and list down its sub activities and the number of days in which these activities can be completed and by whom. Kaun karega, who will be the leader and who will be the doer. So, PERT involves analysis of all these. It could have 7 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps, and total, once we have listed down the steps and the days, total number of days is then summation is done, and we can get the it in the denomination of the months or the year in which the entire project can be completed. It could be 3 months, 6 months or 1 year. So, application of PERT is normally taken, sir, for those when we have to manage the accounts and the budgeting of the organization. In the administration, such as planning of the manpower profile, and then installation and recognizing the new systems, plant, machinery or the computers, and checking whether it is the things are being done in the right direction, and tasks are being accomplished within the defined time or not. And then research and development projects, defense projects, or in the maintenance and repair work, especially of the ships, rockets, or the scheduling aircraft or the steel furnaces, etc.
तो इसका मतलब है शिवाली जी, कंट्रोल जो है वो बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट है PERT के अंदर.
Right.
तो उसके लिए मॉनिटरिंग ज़रूरत है, उसके लिए इवैल्यूएशन की ज़रूरत है, और एंड में उन एक्टिविटीज़ को टाइम बाउंड से कंट्रोल करें.
जी सर, सो यहाँ पे हमारे एडवांटेजेस यही रहते हैं पर्ट के भी और सीपीएम के भी लगभग सिमिलर ही रहते हैं कि इट रिड्यूसेस द कॉस्ट एंड टाइम इजीली शोन इन द चार्ट फॉर्म and permits the effective control and provides the updated information about the project. So after this network analysis, financial analysis is undertaken in the project formulation, which involves the estimation of the capital outlay, operating cost, operational revenue, working results and the financial position of a firm. And project financing can be done with the use of the fixed capital or the working capital. It depends upon various factors like which governs the fixed capital requirements are nature and size of the project, diversity of the production line, method of production and the method of acquiring the fixed assets. And working capital is normally is the capital which is required for the day-to-day functioning of any business or any project. So it is as equally important, in fact it is more important than the other type of surplus funds which we are having. So working capital need should not be ignored, and factors which determines the working capital are the character of the business, the size and volume of the business, the length of the processing period and the turnover, the terms of purchase and sale, the seasonal variation and the importance of labor, cash flow, stock, cyclical fluctuations, etc. Working capital could be the fixed working capital or the variable working capital. Permanent or the fixed working capital is the minimum amount of working capital which is required to ensure the effective utilization of the fixed assets and support the normal operation of the business. And variable working capital is the additional capital which is required to meet out the seasonal requirements. These requirements do not occur year by year or every year, but once in a year or after 2 or 3 years. So variable working capital should also be maintained. So after this, the analysis part is over, comes the project appraisal and evaluation. Once the project formulated with these detailed analytical techniques and the various aspects involved which we have discussed, appraisal has to be conducted. That means in relation to the feasibility of the technical, economic, financial, commercial, managerial, social and other aspects of the project. It is defined as the critical and careful second thought or the second look at the project by a person who is not associated with the project preparation. That means जो व्यक्ति इससे जुड़ा हुआ नहीं था preparation, planning और formulation stage पे, उस व्यक्ति द्वारा अब ये एक बार appraisal conduct दोबारा से करवाया जाता है कि whether this project is feasible or not, whether we have our idea is appropriate or not, or we are going in the right direction or not.
फिजिबल का शिवाली जी शायद आप मेन एम आप रख रहे हैं कि वो प्रोडक्ट बनाने के बाद वो कंपनी कुछ प्रॉफिट भी अर्न करती है, मतलब जिस हमने एस्टिमेट किया कॉस्ट, उस कॉस्ट में वो प्रोडक्ट बनता है, उतनी क्वांटिटी में बनता है और जब हम उसको मार्केट करते हैं और सेल करते हैं तो उसमें उतना प्रॉफिट उसको मिलता है कि वो अपनी कंपनी को आगे ले जा सके। क्योंकि बिजनेस जो करता है, जो भी कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर बिजनेस करता है वो प्रॉफिट के लिए करता है, वो प्रॉफिट ओरिएंटेड बिजनेस करता है।
सर इसमें हम फिजिबिलिटी एनालिसिस में मेनली 3 तरह की फिजिबिलिटी कवर करते हैं। वन इज़ द टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी, अदर इज़ द इकोनॉमिक फिजिबिलिटी एंड द थर्ड इज़ द बिहेवियरल और द ऑपरेशनल फिजिबिलिटी। टेक्निकल फिजिबिलिटी में वी एस्टिमेट द डिटेल्स ऑन द गुड्स एंड द सर्विसेज, land, machinery, equipment and the labor and what kind of configuration of the machineries should be there, etc. And then economic feasibility mein we check for the viability in terms of the capital cost, working capital, operating cost and revenue, etc. And then behavioral viability we look at from the point of view of the HR involved and the operational aspects.
So शिवाली जी, आई थिंक अभी आज समय हो गया है और हमारे दर्शक जो हैं उन्होंने बहुत कुछ गेन किया होगा और हम उन सब को वोकेशनल डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं कि उन्होंने अपना कीमती समय निकाल के इस प्रोग्राम को देखा। मैं ज़रूर सोचूंगा कि आप भी एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं, आप भी चाहते हैं कि मैं कुछ ऐसा करूं, मेरा अपना प्रोजेक्ट हो, मेरा अपना प्रोडक्ट हो, मैं अपना नाम कहीं ना कहीं कमाऊं। लेकिन मैं आज सब उन दर्शकों को जो ये प्रोग्राम देख रहे हैं, मैं चाहूँगा कि एक बार आप NIOS वेबसाइट पे आइए, हमारे दूसरे कोर्सेज को भी देखिए और आप जो आपके साथ लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, आज भारत को स्किल डेवलपमेंट की रिक्वायरमेंट है। हमें 2022 तक 400 मिलियन लोगों को स्किल करना है। आप सबको बोलिए कि हमारी वेबसाइट पे आए, देखें, अपने दोस्तों को, अपने जान पहचान वालों को, अपने रिश्तेदारों को, कोर्सेज को देखें और उसके बाद चूज करें और अपने आप को ऐसा सक्षम बनाएं कि हम इस देश को भी बहुत ही स्ट्रांग और सक्षम बना सकें। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।